let's learn about the phases of the game. Each round of combat has 4 phases: the initiative phase, the movement phase, the combat phase, and the end phase. We'll go over each of them in turn. In the initiative phase, both the red team and the green team will roll 2d6, and whoever rolls highest wins initiative. The red team got an 8, the green team a 6. Accordingly, the red team won initiative, and the red team gets to move second, not first. The initiative loser must move first. In BattleTech, it is advantageous to move second, because all of the damage happens simultaneously in the end phase. That is, it's resolved in the end phase. Accordingly, moving second allows you to be reactionary to your opponent. So, when we get to the movement phase, the green team must move a unit first. Then the red team will move a unit. Then a unit, then a unit, until all the units on the field have been moved. Now, in the event that one side has twice as many units as the other, then this side must move 2 units at a time. That's how the movement phase works. Up next is the combat phase. And in this phase of the game, the initiative winner also goes second. So, since this side won initiative, the green side will say this supernova is going to fire at the Annihilator, and the green team will add up all the modifiers and then roll dice to see if they hit. Then the green team will say this tank will shoot at that tank, and then add up all the modifiers and roll dice to see if it hits. And then after the green team is done firing all of its units, then the red team does the same thing. So, in the movement phase, we alternate movement. In the combat phase, the initiative loser fires everything first, then the initiative winner fires everything. And remember, though we mark off the damage bubbles with the dry erase marker on the card, in the combat phase, that damage doesn't actually resolve until the end phase. So, if one of your units gets shot, and you have to mark off all the armor and structure bubbles, and that unit gets destroyed, but it hasn't had a chance to shoot back yet, it still gets to shoot back, because the damage hasn't resolved until the end phase, and we're in the combat phase. This is to represent all the bullets kind of flying past each other. You see, there's the in-game time, then there's our real-world time at the table. And in our real-world time, one person attacks and scribbles off the damage bubbles first, and so on for the other side. But in the in-game time, the damage happens at once. After that, we move on to the end phase. In the end phase, we track heat. If any units were destroyed, we would remove them from the battlefield. And there may be some miscellaneous things if you have some special equipment or something. After the end phase, we go back up to the initiative phase and start everything all over again. If you're curious, we can look at my paint jobs. Pretty simple Clan Jade Falcon paint job on the Supernova. The Annihilator's a bit fancier because it's got a face on it. And it says die on the back. Yeah. And the tanks are tanks. I like painting, but I'm not very good at it. But that's okay.